Well, here we are, everyone. It's Saturday, which means it's another tale from Sheepy Weepy Wimpy Wompy, now known as the town of Meh. And as you can see, I'm in my backyard. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day here, just like it was the day in the town of Meh during the Tri tournament when they found, of all things, a dinosaur egg. It showed up in the soccer field after one of the players or two of the players had scratched up the dirt when they went for the ball. At any rate, they were so surprised, and the Grumphatump, he knew exactly what kind of egg it was, which startled people, because he's a smart Grumphatump, though not everybody knows that. At any rate, he said, "Oh, I know exactly what this is." And as you might remember, the crowd had gathered around to see what was going on, including the mayor and Dr. Farquhar, the Grumphatump and Wiggle Smiley, and the rest of most of the population of the town of Meh, formerly known as Sheepy Weepy Wimpy Wompy, because they were all out either playing or fans for the tri-tournament of the 3 different games. But everything had come to a halt once the egg was found. So they were trying to figure out what to do with it, and Dr. Farquhar used his stethoscope and found a heartbeat, as you might remember, and then everybody wondered what should happen next. And the Grumphatump finally said, "Well, you know what? I'm not sure what kind of egg it is, though. It might be a brontosaurus, it might be a stegosaurus, maybe even a T-Rex, or a raptor." And when he said that, those 2 dinosaur names, the people, not the talking animals, but the people rather freaked out, and some of them screamed and started yelling, "We're all going to be eaten! Oh my, a T-Rex, a raptor, we're going to be eaten! We must run for our lives!" And some of them took off. And the Grumphatump and the mayor looked at each other, and finally the mayor said in as loud a voice as she could, "Stop!" You see, some of those humans had gone to see Jurassic Park movies at the theater in the bigger city, and that's all they could think of course. Talking animals tend not to go see the movies. They do think they're quite a waste of time, and often there's no talking animals in those movies, so that's kind of a slight against them, so they just avoid them. So they really didn't know what they were talking about when they were screaming, "Jurassic Park is going to happen all over again." But they did get to calm people down. Some kept running, and others stayed put. Finally, listening to the grand cow's mooing voice, she said, "Stop!" And then, "What are we going to do?" And the Grumphatump said, "I have an idea. What if I take the dinosaur egg home with me, and I shall look after it? And every once in a while, Dr. Farquhar can check in. What do you think of that?" I said, "Are you sure you want to do that? That would be lovely." Well, Dr. Farquhar said, "Well, that'd be great, because there's no room in my office for a dinosaur egg. And then we can monitor it and see what's happening next." So everybody agreed that was probably a good choice. Also, because the Grumphatump lived on the far edge of town, so if anything drastically bad, then they could probably escape whatever it was, because at the far edge of town, they could just stay put or stay safe, at any rate. So the Grumphatump decided what they needed, actually a big wheelbarrow or something even bigger. And so they found a bulldozer from a construction site where a new house was being built. And Smiley Wiggle Smiley, he came and he drove it, and he got the egg in the bulldozer, in the lift of the bulldozer, and off he went to take it to the Grumphathump's house. In the meantime, everybody looked at each other and said, "Well, shall we carry on with the tri-tournament?" And somebody said, "You know, I'm very hungry. Why don't we just eat? Because there's lots of food, like there always is." And that's what they did. They canceled the tri-tournament, so there were no first, second, third place winners, nothing at all like that. They all just took off, and they ate their fill, and they went to bed later that night, dreaming of friendly talking dinosaurs. And that was a question that Smiley Wheel was thinking about, because any animals that came into Sheepy Weepy Wimpy Wompy, now called the town of Meh, because of the machinery left by the aliens, the technology there, automatically caused the animals to be able to speak. And he wondered what dinosaur speak might sound like, if it would even work on a dinosaur. And so he went to sleep with those kind of dreams. And I hope you have pleasant dreams this evening too, perhaps of talking dinosaurs. And enjoy your sleep. And hopefully you'll think of no raptors or T-Rexes. And I think the other people in Sheepy Weepy Wimpy Wompy, when they heard the news that the Grumphatump was taking the dinosaur egg to look after and would have Dr. Farquhar involved, they calmed down as well. And they came back and had their fill of food, and then also went to sleep, hopefully having pleasant dreams, as I hope you do tonight. We'll see you next week, everybody, for another tale from Sheepy Weepy Wimpy Wompy, now called the town of Meh.